And welcome back. Sir and Bear back here with Cold Blooded. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Still under the weather, but I'm getting the energy from the community, so I think I'll last fine.
That's right. You got your little half-hour break. Now you're ready to go. These next set of games.
Yep. All right, this one will be from our Titan League. It will be AG Revenant versus UA Shadow. All right, we're getting right into
some normal bans. Hunbats, Odin. We saw the Hunbats a lot in this last set of games. How much of an impact he can have. Horus first pick, very strong. Adds lots of pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely like the first pick. And picking the Jing into it is, a safe pick as well. Because off the knockup, you can get, dash away, keeping you safe from the Horus combo.
Orvana, same thing. He's got the immunity, 2 CC immunities against all the CC Horus brings.
That's definitely a thing great to have. We saw him in the first game, wreak havoc. Also now with a Hui and Vulcan picks, very high damage, high zoning people right there. I would say, very good picks.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Hui and Vulcan can bring a lot to team fights. They both have big ultimates. Vulcan has a lot of pressure with that turret right now. They're looking like a high pressure comp into the Jingwei and Kukulkan.
Surprisingly, though, they did spend their last 2 bans on the Zblanki and Ullr when Jingwei was already picked. Do you have any idea why they would have picked that up?
I mean, you got to be scared of the double ADC duo lane,
Yeah. But then there's the, Kuzmo and a Willix pick. Willix,
wow.
Especially against the Jing, that is a great pickup because now she will have... Oh, will we see Loki? Oh, no. Oh, they trolled us. We almost saw the first Loki in our casting. That was amazing.
Almost. And so Willix already has a lot of setup. I mean, you got the Hui knockup, Vulcan knockup, Horus knockup. Like every god on her team has knockups.
Yeah, that is, very good pickup right there. And we're getting right into, the loading screen, What do you think AG has to do to get the win in this?
I think they just have to play around their comp. Their comp has a lot of CC and they have a lot of pressure. And so it's just going to be interesting to see how they deal with this Ravana and Vamana because, they can both be huge in getting picks and in getting out. So.
Yep. And what do you think for Shadow? What is their win condition in this game?
You know what I see in Shadow? I see big ultimates. I want to see them play off this Kumba really well. They have a lot of setup for this Kukulkan and just have the Vamana cause a lot of disruption into Revenant's backline.
Alright. Yep, we're getting right into the game right now. Obviously, the beginning, kind of, boring. Not much action. But it doesn't take too much longer to get the action going.
Interesting starts. The Vamana chose to go Hog. He might be soloing his blue buff. It's going to be interesting to see where this jungler goes.
Oh, they are grouping up towards the mid lane right there. Would they be looking for a possible invade here?
Possibly. They might just be trying to catch someone out, but let's see.
No, Kuzmo going back to lane. They're going back. Alright. Teasing of invade, just like the low-key pick. Wow.
They're really trying to set us up for some action, and then they're just disappointing.
Exactly. Alright, little pokes here and there from the Vamana and the Kuzenbo. Not much.
Nothing crazy. Vamana's going to his blue.
Hui and Horse get the advantage over there in the, wave clear. Be able to get into the lane first and everything. Get the damage on the minions first.
That's very interesting. Both the Vamana and Ravana used Hog, but it looks like they're pressuring the Jingwei here in the dual lane. They're going in hot. Big knock up on the Hou-Yi, but he looks like he just gets out with about half health.
A lot of damage taken there by both Horse and Hui there. Right?
Yeah, I'm surprised. They just lost all the pressure. Now they hit 2 Root on a good CC. But Horse is able to just peel him off him. Really surprised this dual lane. You would assume the Horus and Hou-Yi would have more pressure, but it looks like this Kuma and Jingwei are taking good advantage of their CC.
Exactly, anytime Kumba hits, his root, Jingwei can just get so many basics off in that time to where she can, take a quarter or 2 of half that health.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like they're engaging on the Horus here. Nothing too crazy, just more and more poke.
Oh, but here is the Willix with the blink and the stun.
I'm surprised they don't just... Oh, there's the knock up on the Kumba and the slow. Are they gonna get first blood here?
Oh, just maybe Kumba is low health and Kumba is going down right now.
Oh, but here comes Ravana blinking in, slowing in on the Forest. Going for the root, that's 1-for-1 trade, Jingwei dashing in. And it looks like they're just gonna end at a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, but AG did get that first blood in time. Gets the slight gold advantage from it at least, though.
Yeah, for sure. Good rotation on the Willix to relieve some of this pressure that her team's been facing so far in the early game.
Also, something to note. Hui did get the last hit compared to Jingwei just getting the assist. That's really going to help him in the dual lane fight right there.
Oh, for sure.
A little bit more XP and a little bit more gold. He can get his items on quicker and helps get that bit of advantage.
Yeah, the quicker this Hou-Yi can get online, the quicker he can start rotating, and the quicker he can have a big impact for his team.
Alright. Kumba again looking for that stun. Gets on the Hui-Yi.
Unfortunate miss on the Horse stun.
Horse was able to keep, them back enough to where they couldn't capitalize too much damage on the Hui-Yi, which is good to have.
It's really interesting because both supports can peel really well and they can also engage really well. But it looks like they're going for a purple invade here. Horus looking to defend
but
it.
Vulcan is rotating over. You got Vulcan with ult as well. Vulcan ult. Oh, he's barely missed.
Barely disconnects. Horus still looking for the chase, but
Ravana's coming in though. They gotta take care because Ravana is coming and getting good damage on that Horus.
Big damage on the Horus. Dashes away. Looks like they're gonna go for this purple invade, but Wilkes is coming from the back camps. She's waiting. Looks like the Ravana's looking at the red buff. Yeah, it looks like that purple buff is gonna fall to Shadow. Good invades. Both junglers showing their presence in dual lane.
Great exchanges so far. Shadow with that helps, take that gold lead back a bit. And, remove that deficit to where they're a bit more uneven playing ground as a team.
Mono ult's already been used. Looks like he's running low on mana as well. This Kuzenbo has a little bit of pressure here.
Well, it's looking to get the invade on those camps over there. Kuzenbo is, starting to get low on health, but got a Willis coming up from behind without, the Vamana knowing. His ult is down.
Horus might be in trouble. Ravana has ult. There's the ult. Oh, now they're one on the Vamana, and that's a pick.
Two picks happen on different sides of the map. Action all over the place here in the Titan League.
Oh, for sure. These junglers just want to fight as early as possible.
But you got the Ravana 2-0. He can start snowballing a bit more now. Gets a lot of pressure getting 2-0 start. But the Vamana falling behind a little bit against Kuzenbo. I think that will really, you know, coming back to bite him a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Engaging that far up without his ult.
He's forced to split his prods in the beginning. Like right now, he has no physical prods, so gonna look to see if this Willix goes for another gank on this Vamana if his ult's down.
Looking for a fight possibly over towards the left jungle, but no, they're just gonna split off. They didn't like the sight of each other. But no, Ravana is coming from behind. Just for the ward, though. Gotta have that vision right.
Looks like they might be going for this purple buff for a second time. Jungle's rotating. Looks like we're getting a full rotation from AG. Secure the red, they're coming in. Ravana rooting the Vulcan, slowing him, getting out. Good poke on that Vulcan. Here comes Kuba behind. Oh,
and that's the Willix ult and pulled in for the shutdown on the Ravana.
Kuba ult looks like they're trying to disengage. Hoyi jumps in aggressively.
Oh, here comes the Horse ult then on the gold, but are they gonna actually? Yep, they're going for the gold buff.
Gold
Fury, I mean.
6-minute gold Fury, I'm with it. Shadow has no idea. Oh no, they do. They're coming in now.
But will that be enough? It's just Kumba right now.
Oh, they keep
yeah, it got dropped. Yep, it got dropped. Ugh.
Very
unfortunate for Revenant. Oh, but it is being picked up right now by Shadow. Oh, this gold might just go down. Oh, blink by the Ravana here in the backline. Getting some good damage in, but not enough to get up any kill.
You know, AG's really low.
Kumba does get that mess.
Looks like Horus might be picked out here. Oh, Ravana ulting into mid.
On that.
Going for the root, he comes Cuckoo. He's just out of mana though, so he has no follow through.
Yeah. If Kukulkan had enough mana, if he didn't use his one, he might have been able to get enough for his ult in time.
Just maybe, and you know, Revenant, the aggressive call, and the Gold Fury, they're pretty lucky that Shadow didn't just pick it up and because they had the Cuckoo secure, so they definitely could have...
well, they did try for it, but then Revenant just re-engaged, which was actually a good decision on their part to re-engage, getting them off that gold.
Oh, for sure.
Just make them second think. They don't have to actually engage, just make them second think to back off.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Dead even in gold right now. Looks like they're engaging in mid from the Kukla. Oh, and he's just gonna mez and get away. As Kuklas do. Oh, they're looking around the Gold Fury, looking to secure those Harpies. Jingwei creeping, but looks like she's gonna back. Oh, back's just in time. It's like everyone's retreating, gonna be grouping up. Really good wards so far by everyone. On both Revenant and Shadow side.
Definitely, you know, this is, you know, the Titan League to where it is a step up. The Colossus is our bronze silver. We do expect a bit more higher play, and we are seeing it right now of both teams, being this is the gold plat league.
Oh, for sure. A very clean game so far. Both teams getting good picks out of their junglers, disengaging when they need to. Looking at the Vamana here, he's looking kind of low. Wonder if this Kuzuno might try to pull his ult here, so we could get a gank. Willix is coming. She's in the right jungle. Looks like Vamana's just gonna back off though.
Oh, but there's the Nene. Nene was able to get out in time.
That blue buff does spawn soon.
Oh, but Kuzenbo is looking for a possible... Not Kuzenbo, Kumba is looking for a possible gank here.
Oh, jumping in.
And there's the jump down. And this will probably end Lee's life right here because he is very caught out of place. There's the Kumba ult.
Once you drop the Suns.
And once he used that jump aggressively, that was, you know, his grave right there.
Unfortunately, Revenant not able to get anything else on the map for that. And this Kuba is putting so much pressure on this Horus. Good damage on the Horus. this Cuckoo needs to just get another item or two online, and then he'll really be able to punish them for that Kumba CC. Well, looks
All
like
right. We got the Welks coming over towards the Jing and everything right now. There is the Jing leap. Ravana is coming over towards... Oh, there is the blink and the ult. Missed, but oh, Force ult.
Oh, that's blink down on Ravana. Looks like a Willock's still looking for a pick. Oh, watch out, Cuckoo coming from behind.
Kukulkan coming in. Cuckoo tornado down, just hits minions unfortunately though.
Man, I tell you what, Ember, they keep teasing us with these fights, but then they never really commit to them.
Can you believe the 11 minutes in, with all these fights, there's only been 6 deaths so far? Like,
crazy.
Great, you know, like, engagements, but also, you know, great time and, you know, when knowing to lead and such. Guzmo is going in.
Speaking of engagements,
but gets hits. Oh, but yeah, there's the Jingwei. Cuckoo is in. There's a Cuckoo ult, but it misses, but also there is the Aegis as well.
It's like how he's ready to fight again. Is he gonna dash in?
Oh,
it just misses the bounce.
Feels bad when you do get a triple bounce, but all 3 of them miss. That's a feels bad moment.
So Willix might be getting pinched here. CC, Ravana coming up from behind. Just gonna look to dash away here. Oh, the missed route by
she'll
Ravana.
be out. Now, that was great discipline as her holding it, because she does have that movement speed increase when she's on it, too. She was waiting to bait out, like, the Ravana ult or something, because if he ulted then she could still get away. But if she jumped too soon, then Ravana would have ulted and she would have died still.
Yeah, for sure. This Kumba, he's hitting a lot of his CC, but unfortunately he's just not getting the follow through right now. Having the Jingwei carry is not the best early on, and then the Cuckoo just not landing the ults when
we do have Course coming to the purple buff, possibly over to a gank and everything right now. But Jingwei sees it coming, is backing off now.
You know, this Jingwei's getting pretty big, and we all know how late Jingwei gets. I'd like to see this Willix go for the Jingwei here, them to pressure her out somehow.
Kumba coming back towards mid. Half health, so he can't be too effective, but he can, you know, hold the wave, so Kukulkan can come back up to get the XP, so he doesn't get behind.
You know, 13 minutes in, it's essentially a dead even game in gold. All structures are still up. I'd like to see a big fight here for an objective coming up.
Something to note, though, in the dueling, that player damage difference. Jingwei has, you know, over a K more than Huyi right now, so that's, you know, about 50% more damage output on players. So she's really being the aggressor in that lane.
Yeah, but on the other side of it, Vulcan coming through with a double of their Cuckoo's damage.
Yeah.
So it looks like both sides have people in leads. Oh, looks coming
there's the ult.
That's Jingwei.
That's beats as well, and Jingwei ult. Great pickup, and that should allow, because with Kukulkan in mid, they're not watching it. This should be an easy gold for him right here. Because they are busy with the Vulcan. Yes, Vulcan does get picked off, but as long as they get this gold, I would say that was a good trade.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And now, you know, Jingwei beats down. It's just going to be a lot easier to gank on next rotation for this Willix.
Because you can see from the gold difference right there that, you know, in the end, they helped turn the gold favor back towards them with getting that gold, even though they dropped that Vulcan death.
Pressuring in mid.
Kunzimo is in the 1v2 situation right here, though. But being full health and, you know, having that physical protection, you know, 1.5 items protection, I don't think they can do much with it.
Nah, he doesn't care. He just wants this to stop people.
Yeah. Also, something that is interesting, Vamana did pick up the Hasten Katana already. No, so he still doesn't have any physical protections. As though Willix, I would be looking at this and, you know, looking for any opportunity to gank. Because as soon as he can free up that Kuzenbo, you know, he can very impact fights when ahead.
Oh, for sure. And him picking that item up makes me think he's going to want to rotate soon and get in these team fights. Another interesting
Ravana
thing to
is
pick up.
looking towards jungle. Possibly looking for gank on Hui, but is coming back towards mid now. Probably just looking to see if any of the camps are up. Does get those back camps.
You know, another interesting thing to look at. The gold lead's pretty much the same, but both carries on the side of Shadow have XP leads. Hui just hit 13. So they're going to be hitting a lot harder than Revenant's, Vulcan, and Hui right now.
Oh yeah. That's definitely something to, you know, take note in. So any fight they take in right now, they might have the slight advantage, but they have to also make sure it's a fight that, you know, would still be in their favor as well. They can't take unfavorable fights this dead even so far.
Oh, for sure. Looks like a Willix did some invading. Ravana might catch her out. I think she's gonna dash away. Horus ulting good with
very disciplined though. I do have to say this, only 7 deaths so far, 16 minutes in. Guzmo looking for that invade on the blue there. No,
Horus
didn't
just
get that
ulted
blue
mid.
buff. Oh. Very questionable with, you know, not much going on with Horus ult being so good to have in your pocket.
Looks like he was going in to help the Willix, but she was fine. She got out.
Goomba does get CC chained by the Horus right there, and Willix is coming in the back, does get damage, and the beat and Aegis on that Vulcan right there.
Oh, Vulcan ult does not connect. Oh, here comes Ravana with the ult, coming in with that haste.
Baby.
Beat up on Vulcan. Oh my goodness, even the Aegis can't stop him from killing him.
Yeah, but at the same time now, you know, they, with him diving for that Vulcan, they just were able to pick up 2 kills and he might die as well. Diving for that Vulcan,
Yeah.
just leaving his team out to dry.
Might look for the kill on this Willix.
Oh no, but he does. He does get that, but he does end up dying to where the favor still is in towards the AG Revenant because they will be able to get this tower now as well.
Well, both solo laners just completely drove, and the support's unable to heal off the Kuzuko or the Vamana.
You know, you can look at the gold difference from that fight. There's a huge gold difference lead now they gained from that encounter right there.
There should be free Kumbas coming up. Maybe to go for the cheeky steal.
I mean, I wouldn't put past them. I mean, no, we saw not able to steal it. And there's the Kumba ult and Ravana ult. Kuzenbo ult. No deaths,
Horus gets
though.
away. Horus gets away with 1 HP. Maybe if
But I
they come
wouldn't
with their
put past the
abilities, they're
Kumba,
better.
though, because you have to remember, in Worlds, we saw Horus steal gold with a basic.
You know,
like
anything
in Worlds and everything, so anything can happen.
anything can happen, that's right. Relic's still down on this Cuckoo for a good 50 seconds that Willix got in that last engagement in mid. It's gonna be interesting to see if they go ahead and punish him, because Cuckoo's pretty easy to kill without Relic's up.
Alright. Got a rotation towards left jungle now by AG Revenant, and also you got UA Shadow rotating over, fighting for these oracles at the moment.
Cuckoo coming in with the tornado. Good poke.
Looked like it was just a 1-for-1 trade right there because there's no ward on that mid harpy now, so... I mean, a Gold Fury, I should say. And this is a primal, so... has to have some priority, because if you get the primal right here, you do have an advantage coming towards the later
Shadow
firefights.
falling. Looks like they have territorial control over this. 3 members of Revenant in mid, and it looks like they're going to secure it with the Cuckoo.
Oh, but there is the... Huyi steals it with the ult and 1 combo. Great ult by the Huyi right there.
Looks like they're pushing in on the aggression. They got the gold through. They said it's not enough. First on comes out.
Oh! And the curse dunk with her on the Vamana as well. Just, he takes so much damage. The curse dunk really shuts him down.
Man, huge feather step on that of Willix to get away with 1 HP, and huge play by Revenant there.
And this is going to be an easy tower from Revenant here. Jingu is going to try and defend, but won't be enough. So she'll have to retreat. Hopefully she can get out in time. There's her ult.
Now they're pushing down.
But here comes Kuzenbo. Kuzenbo diving in, looking to try and get that kill, but gets mezzed by the Kumba.
They look like they did not want to give up this tower, but they have the strength. Kumba, oh, there's passive on Kumba pulled. Looking in to pull the kill out. Vonna coming through mid. Looks like they're just going to give that up. And I tell you, Ember, you know, maybe 5 minutes ago, old lead tied, and now Revenant up in the lead of 6K.
Yeah, that is a huge turnaround. Like, that's the cool thing about Smite. You know, in the blink of an eye, a game can totally change.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Cuckoo could have secured that Gold Fury a little bit better. Ho-Yi dropping the Suns, getting it, and then they just pushed forward and got all those picks. Gonna be interesting to see how Shadow can come back from that deficit. It's like they're warding up fire on Revenant's side, and that gold lead to their advantage, pushing up wards into Shadow's jungle. I think both teams are going to be looking for this Fire Giant as their next target.
Yeah, exactly, you know. Mana over trying to defend the tower. But Kuzenbo also trying to be aggressive over there. The tower does go down, though.
There's a Ronald. Kuzenbo 1v2 in the back. Looks like he does not care. Nene misses. I think he's just going to disengage.
When does Kuzenbo ever care, though, really? Be honest there.
Oh, taunting while the Kumba's hitting him with CC. We love to see that. I'll tell you what, you gotta love a meta where Kuzenbo's in it.
Well, here's the thing is, to account for it as well, Kuzenbo is level 20 compared to, you know, at the time. Kumba's only 14 and Kukulkan's only 17, so he had a very high level lead against those two right there.
Yeah, taking a look at itemization, looks like Ho-Yi went for the attack speed shred build. Jingwei built with rage. Probably going the full crit. Into a Kuzenbo, we're going to see how that works out. He already has the Thorns pick up. So he's engaging on the Ravana here. Bolt up in the air. Oh, the Aegis saves the Vulcan coming in, but they're still engaging on him. Big baby coming down, Sun's coming down, Vulcan's being thrown around. Vulcan all coming in. Oh, nothing connects though.
That's another whiff on that Vulcan ult. Vulcan ult has not been able to connect at all this game, really, to be honest.
Looks like Kumba might be in trouble here. Really poked out. Wilkes coming from the side, looking at the Vamana. They're going in. Oh, Horus ulting in the air. Looks like Kuzenbo's charging. All three members are low. Shadow, looks like they're going to pick out two of them.
Yeah, there's two, and this should be a fire right here because it's only two up and they have to go back to tower at the moment. To fountain, I should say.
You know,
So,
like you said, these Vulcan ults are not connecting. And these Cuckoo ults, unfortunately, Vulcan has had Aegis for every time. So both mid laners not having their way with their ultimates so far in this game.
if you look at player damage, though, Kuzenbo is really doing some work, though. Even though he's building tanking, he's been even knowing Kuzenbo with the Thorns and the Nenes. Just always having the constant damage.
Yeah, he's creating so much space for his team. Off to the side there in that team fight, he was just murdering Ravana. Wilkes coming in for the pick, but Kuzenbo's doing a really good job of diving this back line, zoning out the carries for teams.
E1 tower and solo lane does go down.
Shadow just picking up all farm that they can before they have to defend these T2s and Phoenixes.
Which I do agree with that. They need to, you know, try and make sure they're secure, because right now with the lead that Revenant has, if one of them gets picked out, they don't stand a chance, so they need to try and group up when going through the camps. Especially with the Jing Kukulkan.
Oh, I agree, and they still have a pretty good defense with the Cuckoo, Tornadoes, and then the Kumba CC. But on the other side of it, Revenant has a really good push. Oh, it looks like Vamana might be getting picked out. There's the big baby, and he still falls. Wow.
Vamana, yeah. This is why I said that Hazen Katana so early might not have been, you know, the best picks, because if he got more physical defense right there, he would have been able to stand more of a chance, especially against this comp that has 3 physical damaging people.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and we just talked about it. You know, Shadow needed no one to get picked off there, and it looks like they're going to be shoving down the T2 in mid and probably look for a Phoenix. Vamana's still down for 20 seconds.
They both still all have fire buff and everything on that Revenant team. We're gonna try and get some more farm. Duo is pushed up, which is very fortunate for Shadow, because there is no minions to go ahead and push into tower for the Revenant.
Looks like they're pressuring this right Phoenix down. Kuzumbo looking at their carries.
Putting in a lot of damage with his thorns and from onto that Jingwei and everything.
Unfortunately, Kuku ult once again just not having an impact on it.
Oh, there's a Ronald, which is very questionable since no one was really low health and just gets picked off.
And unfortunate, Kuku doing his work on the ones mid, but our team is falling.
Oh, and there's the upgraded Curse Dunk right there, which against the Vamana, he is taking more damage now. And he's just gonna get picked off right again, probably. Nope. Fortunately, he does get out. But Cuckoo does have his beads Aegis taken right there, and they get mid and solo Phoenix.
Yeah, well played on the Awilix, splitting up, knowing that she could push that Phoenix while they were while Shadow was focused on the right lane. Ravana, like you said, questionable going outside of Phoenix, and unfortunately the 2 Phoenixes fall.
Alright. Is there a way you think Shadow could pull themselves out of this deficit right now, being 2 Phoenixes down, 1 up, and, you know, down 14k?
You know, I feel like looking at the damage numbers, you know, the Jingwei has been very low impact so far this game, and the Ravana, who started out so strong, starting out 2-0, has just had a really low impact so far. I'd like to see the Ravana and the Jingwei have bigger impact in these team fights.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that right there, especially with Jingwei. Should, you know, might be finishing off that last crit with this backed. You know, getting 2 crit items online on Jingwei is a huge power spike. Alright, she is leaving to her. She isn't getting that item on yet. But as soon as that item comes online, she should be being able to put out so much damage then.
Oh, for sure. And she also needs to get these range stacks online. Unfortunately, Kuzubo, not the best target to go after as a Jingwei. He kind of just killed him. So.
Exactly. Especially since he's been, you know, using thorns whenever she starts attacking him as well. Like in that last fight at the Phoenix, he probably took, you know, at least half her health just from reflection.
Alright, looks like they're just setting up for this next Fire Giant. They've got waves pushing in that Shadow needs to defend. Kuzumbo doing things, stealing speed buff, not carrying. Looks like they're going to engage on him here though. The Vamana, Cuckoo, and Kuba Jingwei flying in. There's Kuzumbo landing. That's a Kuba ult. Here comes the Kuba ult. Kuzumbo's actually getting kind of low. He might get punished here, but it looks like the rest of Revenant are coming in strong. Here comes the Volcano and the Suns. Looks like that's a Jingwei Aegis doing good beats. Vamana being up, now they're just looking to disengage, but they are too low. There comes Kuba passive in. There's 2 members down.
Yeah, that was a good trade from that Kuzumo. He did die, yes, but he was able to help secure that Fire Giant buff.
Waves are pushing
for
in.
his
They
team.
might be looking for an end here.
Yeah, possibly. No, they have to try and keep that Hui at bay because Hui can output a lot of damage onto that Titan.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like the Titan might fall here.
There's Nirvana ult. He's going on the Hui. Not enough
That's
though.
gonna be
And
game.
game is over. Revenant wins 16-7.
You know, that Kuzenbo had so much impact in that game. You know, you saw he forced out a lot of their ultimates over by their speed buff, and he still wasn't able to fall before his team was able to get there and help him out there, get some trades.
Yeah.
But overall, a really well played game on both sides. Revenant had that big team fight they won by the Gold Fury, and they were just able to get online quicker.
And something to note as well is, there was only one death by, 3 members of the Revenant team and everything, so they were, able to, get a lot of picks off and not, really give much whenever they took.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams had really good engagements, but Revenant, I think, used their resources a little bit better. This Kuzenbo played as aggressive as the Vamana, but wasn't punished as much because he had the almost full defense with the and an E staff and the Thorns pick up. And I think maybe if the Vamana built a little bit tankier, he was doing work with the Hasten Katana, but he was also getting blown up as well. Just unfortunate.
Especially because thing to note in that solo lane is they took, somewhat similar damage taken, but the damage mitigated 20,000 difference. That was a huge, reason why, Kuzenbo had such better impact at times because he could stay in and stay alive a lot more often.
Oh, for sure. And they brought us action as early as minute 3. So I'm sure game 2 is going to be a huge powerhouse, and it's going to be interesting to see how both teams come with their mid-set adjustments.
All right. So we are going to take a short little break and set up for game 2, where it will be cold-blooded and either Danny or Ash Basham.
All right, see you guys soon.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Danny Boy 22, back once again with Cold Blooded.
What's up, guys? Back with a new partner in crime here, ready to cover this game too.
How's everybody doing this Saturday afternoon? Hopefully everybody's chilling in chat.
All right, ready for P's and B's. Probably going to see the same bands here.
Yeah, so seems like solid bands all around. I would expect the same bands once again, like you said.
Well, both teams have showed discipline. Both teams have showed good engagement. So it looks like they're just going to try to take away useful team fight tools for both teams.
Absolutely. And looking like the solid bands once again, kind of meta bands right now. Yamoja, Odin, Thor and Merlin on the other side. A lot of AoE damage, a lot of world alts like Thor, stuff like that.
Both junglers showed early signs of aggression, so they're taking out any useful tools that they could use on these early rotations.
Absolutely. Looking like the Susano ban into a Hun batch, targeting the jungler here. Maybe they had trouble with the jungle, if I'm not mistaken.
There's first pick Erlong. Interesting.
Very interesting. Why do you think they went Erlong? Maybe for the solo lane jungle, maybe?
I might be going support. I don't know. Both supports played good setup gods, good early aggression, so
Very true, very true.
they could always just flex it for now.
Very true. Maybe trying to throw the other team off. Try to keep them guessing.
Oh, for sure.
So, what do you think would follow up for the Erlang here? Oh, grab the Horus first pick. Okay.
Once again, Horus. And follow through for the Erlong. Any good burst, honestly. Kuko Khan could be good. Even like a, let's say yep, there's the Kuko Khan.
There you go.
Any sort of big team fight ultimates.
I like the Kukulkan, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of lane pressure, ult is huge. I like the Hu Yi too, though. Into the horse. Looking for that early game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how big of an impact that Hoyi had in game one, and the Kuko Khan, had a lot of damage as well. Both teams looking to fight again.
Right. It's looking like a buzz stat. Okay. I can't believe she got through the first ban. She's really solid right now. One of my favorite junglers.
She really is. I mean, from level 5 to level 20, she does a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Once she gets that ult online, over with.
That's a lot of burst coming through so far on the Bastat Cuckoo, the Erlong setup.
Yeah, once again, it's looking like they're looking for the early game, if I'm not mistaken. Long time here on the picks and bans. Wonder if they're estimating if who they want to go and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, they're really assuming or guessing what the other team's going to pick. Looks like the Disco comes out.
Absolutely. This goes pretty strong in mid lane right now, if you ask me. Solid pick.
I think she is too. She has the iframes in her 3. Discordia passive is really, really good. And she just got that ultimate buff recently, so.
Very true.
Let's see, second phases of bans here. I think the older bans comes through.
Older solid ban, I hate seeing them, to be honest with you. He just puts out so much pressure early game, lots of damage, good stun potential. I will expand as well. I don't see a lot of knockups. Maybe they were thinking about something else here. Oh, well, they do have knockups with Horus and Hu Yi.
Well, the Wilks had a really high impact in game 1, so looks like that might be a respect ban coming out. Dodgy ban. Very good against 3 gods that don't have CC immune ults.
Yeah, I agree on that one. Plus, I imagine Dodgy into a Hu Yi alt or to a Discordia alt. It's a recipe for disaster right there.
Oh, for sure. See who this next pick is going to be.
Kuzenbo, he did get patched not too long ago, or was this after the before or after the patch? I'm not too sure, but he is a very solid support right now after the patch. That is for sure. Into a Rajan, okay. A lot of damage on the with the Kukulin and the Rajan.
Is that a Ryzen or Cuckoo ADC?
Has to be. It's the only thing I could think of, and it's looking maybe like a Erlang support, if I'm not mistaken, or either Alma support. Could be a oh, into a Paka. Okay, solid jungle pick right now if you ask me.
And both teams have a lot of damage coming through all roles.
Absolutely. Looking at this Baka pick, he is going to be rotating in the jungle. Got a lot of diamonds out there on that team for AG Revenant.
Lots and lots of comfort picks coming out.
So just give us a bit, folks, while game loads up. Trying to get everything set up. Make sure everything's nice and clear for you guys. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday.
All right, so Danny, what do you think Shadow needs to do to kind of switch things up?
So I would say if Shadow wants to try to come in and start off this game right, I would want to say a lot of early pressure for their ADC, depending on who's in that role. I mean, they're both solid gods, but they're both gods where if they don't snowball and kind of just stagnant, it it kind of defeats the purpose of having them, if you get what I mean. They need to get that high pressure. They need to push their lanes high and look for the early picks. If not, it might not work out best for them. You know, that's in my looking like an early poke here on the horse.
You know, we see the Cuckoo go into that ADC role.
Yeah, we see a lot of team fights right now. We got Kuzumbo kind of bullying Alma right now. If I'm not mistaken, almost took like a quarter of her health.
Yeah, that Nene coming
That-
through. This
Tell
big
you that
meaty
Nene
Almas.
right now does a lot of damage.
Looks like he's going to keep up the pressure here.
Hmm.
Wow.
Solid. I mean, look at that. That's almost half his health off a couple Nenes right there. What a solid solo pick here. Yeah, I mean, solid builds, regular builds for everybody here. Baka looking for that early clear, had hog, dropped it already on blue. A lot of poke coming out of Kukulin on the dual lane right here. Horus taking major damage.
Yeah, lots of poke, like you said. And Danny, what do you think about this double hog start that Shadow's doing with the solo and jungler? They both pop hog at the blue buff. What do you feel about that?
So I don't think it was necessary. So your Baka with the hog might be able to clear it pretty quick. If I'm not mistaken, the hog takes away the small minions. You could kind of just suck up the big minion once you get them low enough. So I don't think it was necessary, but maybe they're worried about getting out pressured in that lane. And we have some early game fights here. We got the who he really low.
Yeah, just jumping it out right on time. Lots of pressure coming through both sides, though. All members are around the Kuzumbo have pressure.
Major pressure from Kuzumbo. Looking like he's not stopping with this pressure either. Getting some autos and cleared out wave quicker than Amo, that's for sure. I mean, right now, like I said, it's always regular laning phases, but it looks like AG Revenant is looking for that early pressure that I was talking about, which I wish UA Shadows had. And we got Baka diving on this Beset here. Double blinks down. Unfortunate.
Blinks. But that speed buff is coming up soon. It's going to be interesting to see if Baka can quick.
So Baka is looking for this quick invade on his side, which is smart. I will not put that away, that's for sure. Baka looking for the pick. Really thirsty. Smart enough not to dive on the tower. Oh, unfortunate on the Beset, diving in, trying to clear her speed. Not enough poke. Does she get to jump away in time? She does not. Unfortunate here. Raj trying to come in for the clear. Not enough damage. And Baka invading and taking speed. And just like that, they are ahead. And this is the early game pressure I was talking about that UA Shadow needed, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, very unfortunate. The Bastet jumped in, threw down the full kit, and wasn't able to jump back in time. So not only does Baka get the speed, but he also gets First Blood and the blue buff. So Baka's already big.
Got some action here in dual lane. Look at small poke, regular poke, nice boxing in lane, trying to clear a wave. Like I said, it was unfortunate. The Basset jumped in. I figured she'd try to wait, jump in, clear her speed, and then jump out, try to clear her speed, but she stood there fighting, I guess, thinking maybe jungle camps would have done enough damage for her to try to get some poke and kill, but it was just not enough here.
You know, in the jungle, we have two gods. Baka, a god you don't want to get ahead early, and Bastet, a god, you know, you want to get ahead early. So it's going to be interesting to see how Shadow reacts to this. Baka already a level and a half ahead on this Bastet.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm looking at is AG rotation in the jungle is just on point. He hasn't missed a jungle rotation. Waset is kind of out of jungle camps to like farm, and we got some action here in Dill lane, diving on the horrors here. Not enough poke to get it set up, but nice poke to back off and reset. But back to this Bassett here, I just feel like her rotation isn't on point. If you can see, she is a level down. Not enough farm to, get right now. Everything's kind of dead in the jungle.
Yeah, and electing to rush that power spike instead of going for boots, so she's going to be moving a lot slower in the jungle than usual.
Yeah, unfortunate for sure. I would have definitely gone boots before I went into anything. And we got Baka with the speed on timer, so he's just making his strips, realizing he does have the advantage here. And it looks like he might try to dive this Nija, this Ama, and not enough, not getting there in time. Unfortunate. That would have been a cleanup right there.
Oh, for sure, but they do secure the blue buff, and Ama a little bit hungry. This Kuzumo is going to have a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, and this is the early game that I talked about. It's just, if you outpush them, clean up their farm, and don't give them a chance to do anything, then, I mean, this is kind of where it comes in handy. Ooh, Bassett taking a lot of damage.
Baka's looking for the cleanup here. Bassett jump is down. He's going to drop the ultimate.
Bassett. Ooh, Fnatic cleanup for Baka. Rajan dropping his ult, trying to do something. And you see, this is what I'm talking about right here with Baka, just coming in, clearing wave. Even the Horus ult, so the Horus was coming for the follow-up. If they're smart, they could turn on the Rajan here. They elect to take the farm in the jungle. Not too bad.
You know, that's now 3 separate buffs that Revenant's been able to secure. And Shadow just needs to get in control of their jungle.
Absolutely. So the jungler got his item, but no boots makes him go slow. No speed buff makes him even go slower. So it is an uphill battle for UA Shadow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they come back. Bastet already 0-2. Baka already 2-0. Baka's working on that hasten katana at the moment.
Yeah, Baka electing not to go into boots. I mean, I know he's pretty fast, especially with the hasten here, but might be the smart move. He is ahead, like you said.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He's going to be getting a couple movement speed items, and then he also has the passive. But yeah, we'll see how it works out.
This Kuzenbo seems to be bullying this Alma, that's for sure.
That next blue is going to be spawning in. Looks like the support's now rotating mid. Kuzenbo has so much pressure on this Alma.
And this Baka seems to be harassing his right jungle here. So just rotates and does what he needs to do.
Horus on the other side of the map. It looks like this Erlong is going to help secure this blue for him.
It looks like this Horus is coming in mid. Mid lane is wide open. Raja rotating back. Looks like we might have some team fights here on blue. Trying to steal. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, Horus
ulting. Trying to engage in the blue. Ult coming in. Unfortunate for their support here. Yep, that's a dead Erlong there.
You know, something to think about, this Erlong has no CC immunity against all the CC that...
Oh, unfortunate. Sorry to cut you off here. We've got Aces dying to the regular basic attack, dropping his ult, not enough damage to try to put out this Huyu here.
And unfortunate, the solo kill does come down, even with a Cuckoo ult landing.
And it's, like I said, it's just an uphill battle now. AG Revenant in the lead with 4 kills, 3 on the box sword. He's getting huge. He only has 1 level up on the other jungler, but it's more than enough if you ask me.
Yeah, and, you know, looking at the gold lead, Revenant already has a 3k lead up on Shadow.
Yeah, so it's looking like a XP lead, so it's just looking like an uphill battle. Like I said, they need to just focus on farming, making sure they try to get to their farm on the right side of the jungle, but it just seems like UA Shadow's jungler has everything on timer, so he's just making his rotations.
It really does, and Shadow needs to slow them down because they're just snowballing, and eventually that's going to lead to objectives.
Absolutely.
And that's just how you win a game.
So we got an Ama down on down on Kuzenbo, just trying to get some poke off. Rajin having to pop his bead so he won't get stunned by the horse. Getting dove on by the Discordia. Enough damage with the ult to clear him out. Unfortunate.
Great patience on the Discordia there, waiting for Raijin to dash away. Horse pulling the beads, so he just had nothing to do against the disco combo.
Absolutely, and that's a vicious combo even early. As soon as it gets the strife, it's kind of over, but you're a dead man stuck.
You know, Amo is down. It looks like they're going to engage here. He gets the cripple on her. She walks out.
It looks like Amo is gonna die here. Unfortunate to the Kuzenbo. Oh, and she survives. I guess Baka took a lot of tower damage here. Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Kuzenbo was not thinking early on. So the Baka just gets punished there.
Unfortunate. That is a Erlang ult down the middle, trying to survive from Horus and Discordia here. And Ama is not letting up on this Kuzenbo here. I don't think it's enough damage to kill him here, but they are on him.
Just gonna secure some pressure, and he's getting really low. Here comes Amo in.
And I hate to say this, I don't think it's enough damage. Look at that. And he's able to kill the Basset. Unfortunate. This jungler is just having a bad day right now.
Amo not connecting, and what they just got from the Baka happened to their same jungle. You know, diving tower getting a little bit too aggressive. Just dying for free.
Yeah, and this, like I said, Baka is just having his way in the jungle. 2 levels up, 3-1. Hasten Fatalis, and I do forget the name of the other one. I think it's Golden Blade. So he's just farming like crazy here.
You know, looking at Revenant's team comp, they should be killing this Erlong. Like, community, they have a lot of damage and a lot of setup. I feel like he's just gonna be easy pick, but he's
It looks like we're getting a taunt on the Hui, not enough to pull him in there. Drops his ult and misses. Unfortunate. 2 ults down in duo lane on one person and not even being able to secure the kill. Unfortunate. And once again, this Baka is just having free reign in that right jungle, making it his. I would say he's calling that his second blue buff, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. Now he's looking for the killing mid here.
Rajan quick to dash out of there. Smart move. Cannot fight that Baka right now. Baka looking for the pick on this Basset. Realizes there's more than 2 or 3 people there. Ready to engage. And he really wants that Basset here. He's chasing. Doesn't realize his team is getting dove on in the back. Oh, take that. Ooh, being able to survive. Disco all down. Trying to clean up the kill. Does he have enough damage to kill Zerlang? And the Hui comes in and cleans it up. Unfortunate for this Basset trying to come in and pick somebody off. Just getting wiped immediately.
Man, I really think this Bastet needs to slow down on the engagement and just look for farm now, because, you know, the more deaths the Bastet keeps getting just puts him further and further behind.
Absolutely, and it looks like this Bak is trying to engage in his Rajan. This Rajan needs to be careful. He is the same level, but Baka just puts out so much damage right now. Kuzenbo coming to mid, trying to see if he can get a pull on him, and he does. That's the beads on Rajan, looking for the blink. Oh, looking for the dash, and they got a 4-5 man mid rotation here, cleaning up on the Rajan. Unfortunate.
You know, Ama doing a good job of showing face and pulling them off the Gold Fury, but this Raijin can't 1v5, I guess.
And you got 5 people still in the mid, doing the all down, zoning off. Discordia popping that all on. Just so many ults popping off right now. Baka doing so much damage, picking off this guy right here. Basset coming down, and now the Erlang goes down as well. Unfortunate.
There's the delayed deicide.
Unfortunate.
You know, once again, the Bastet just gets caught up late in a team fight, and he's just dead. Like, if we look at the player damage here, all 3 members of UA Shadow that need to do damage are at the bottom 3, just because they're getting so much pressure from this Bakasura and Horus.
Yeah, absolutely. And this looks like a free Gold Fury right here. I mean, it's nothing to contest them at all whatsoever.
but now it's a 7K gold lead in the favor of Revenant.
And it's unfortunate. The early game pressure that I talked about unfortunately went to the AG Revenant side, and it just looks like they are in snowball mode. It's looking like gold difference, XP difference, and level difference is coming into play here. Let's take a look at these builds. Can you tell us why the Kuzenbo may be building like this?
Yeah, you know, that's the same build he went last time, which made sense. But now going against the double mages, very interesting rush on the double fist spots. But as we see, the two mages are last in damage, so looks like Kuzenbo just wants to dive towers with this physical protection.
Yeah, unfortunate. Weird choice by this Baka. I guess not wanting to hold his hold, buying a T2 and a T1 item, and it just shows you why. Forces the Amma to ult to get out of there. Huge team fight probably coming in here. Kuzenbo with the pick on the Bastet, and this poor Bastet cannot find a break. Everybody turning on this Erlang. Not enough damage for them to do anything, and it just looks like a two-man trade here. It looks like a two-man death here for UA Shadow, and the snowball just keeps on coming.
You know, Erlang doing what supports does. Taunts 3 people like the Bastet, so Bastet fortunately gets it out, but once again, this Amma and Erlang are just falling. They might even go for an early fire here.
It looks like they are. It looks like Kuzenbo is starting it early, waiting for his team to come over and start doing damage. They don't have their Hu Yi, so they are banking on having enough damage from this Baka and this courier to pull it. It looks like they're having a tough time, to be honest.
Yeah, but Ryzen creeped around the corner. Oh, they don't know he's doing it.
They can't see that he's doing it. Unfortunate, going for the like I said, it looks like they might be dropping in here. Not enough for them to do anything. Everybody's super low. Dropped it. Unfortunate here.
Looks like he's getting aggressive in the lane.
Oh, Yi. Looking like he's stalking this. Oh, with the stun. Does not notice the Erlang is coming in. Does enough damage to kill the Kukan, so Erlang cannot do anything for the follow-up. Unfortunately.
Coming through the side.
Once again, Bastet is 5 levels down though, so I do not think he wants to box this guy right here. Unfortunate as well. Her ult was up. I would have probably gone ult into my cats, but I'm glad she saved it. Able to get out of there, that's for sure.
You know, what's happening in these team fights is a member of Shadow keeps getting picked, and then the others go in one at a time, and they just pick. They need to move up and play more as a team.
Looks like this is a free T1 right here, if you ask me. Yeah, unfortunate. This Baka is just causing mayhem. 5 levels ahead of the other team's jungler. Very unfortunate start here. Take that back 6 levels down, and it looks like he is looking to bully this Bastet for sure. Not even bully, just want to make sure he takes the red. Just like that, drops red and goes about his business. Smart farming.
He ended up finishing that Bloodforge, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you? 6-1, almost top kills next to the Hu Yi. Able to come in on team fights and do enough damage. They're dewarding gold here. They're dewarding fire, excuse me.
Yeah, they have complete ward control. Ryzen dashes away.
Smart move. I would not want to fight a Kuzenbo and a Baka right now.
They're going to look to pull fire here. Hoyi's now joining the fight, so they're going to be able to have enough damage for it. Almost creeping around the corner.
Amma looking like she wants to zone. They're looking like they're diving. Amma dropping her ult to stun them to try to get the Bastet out. Unfortunate turn events. Kuzenbo coming around. Kuzenbo out of place here. Getting dove on, but not enough damage from anybody on the other team to do anything here. And we have a 5-man gank coming in here under the T2.
Kuzenbo does not prepare, diving past the T2 towards the Phoenix. Ryzen beats,
and that's the Scoria down on the Amma. No kills here, but a lot of pressure here, and it looks like they might just be taking T2 as well. Very unfortunate from UA Shadow.
And you know, that was great use of ultimates there by Shadow, but they're just so far behind, it doesn't matter. It's like they're going for fire now.
Looks like they're cool. I mean, they might be trying to bait. They know they have the upper hand. Trying to force the fight here. Don't know why they wouldn't do fire. Maybe they're just waiting for everybody to back, but it gave them enough time for AG Revenant to just chill and hang out, but it gave them enough time for UA Shadow to come around and show face on fire. And we have a pick on Kukulkan, unfortunate.
Well, while that was going on, you know, Kukulkan able to catch up to the 5-0 Hou Yi. He ended up getting the 2 towers and left, so that's why Baka had to back, but that kill just sets him on.
So AG Revenant able to get the Primal Fury as well while they're trying to pull this Fire Giant, but Horus and Hou Yi not enough damage to even do anything to this Fire Giant. They're staying on it, trying to bait everybody else, but Discordia and Baka somewhere out in the mid lane, not even near, decided to drop. Very good call on their end.
Yeah, very, very smart call. Looks like they might engage here. This Kuzubo just playing crazy.
Crazy aggressive. I guess he's zoning because they knew. Now they're pulling fire, and now they are just melting it, that's for sure. Erlang trying to see if he could come in and steal it. Trying to do something when he decides, you know what? Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. AG Revenant with the Fire Giant, cleaning up on this Erlang, and like I said, snowball continues.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Couldn't get the pick there, and now Baka's just gonna run through and wipe
it's
the
a
team.
double kill for Baka on here. Not enough damage from the Kukulkan to kill him, so Baka's just gonna look to farm. Probably gonna get T2 here. Kukulkan looking, trying to get a cleanup. If he doesn't notice this Baka, it's gonna be a bad day for him. Kukulkan with the ult to save himself from behind, and he walks away with a sliver of health, maybe a quarter of health left.
You know, that's huge. Baka top damage right now. That definitely slows down their push. They might not be able to push Phoenixes yet. Probably going to look to get that last T2 once everyone back spins their gold.
Yeah, that does take fire away from Baka, but you still got the rest of the team with fire. And Baka was so huge. That's 9-2 so far, 20 minutes in. He is making his presence felt. That is for sure.
Yeah, I got a little aggressive there. One shot, Cuckoo. Good awareness to just drop the ult. Definitely like to see this Cuckoo in more team fights. You know, his damage looks like it's really hurting, so it'd be nice if they could combine some CC with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's looking like a snowball here for sure. I mean, UA Shadow just kind of needs a Dia side, and maybe they could pull something from behind. I mean, dual lane is down to their T2, to their Phoenix, so it's not like they don't have any pressure or anything they can do here. They just need to capitalize on the team fight, that's for sure.
Well, they're at the point where, you know, everyone's around level 16. They just need a turtle. They have a good defense. They have the Cuckoo. They have Ryzen. They just need a turtle. They need to get their levels up, and eventually they'll be able to catch up. But I don't know. This Baka and this Kuzenbo are just playing so aggressive, and Shadow just seems like they can't handle it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the level difference here, Baka level 20, Kuzenbo level 18. Nobody else is even 18 except the Kukulkan on the other side, who's 1-3, and it's just unfortunate that when they need it.
For sure. It looks like Kuzenbo, Baka splitting down mid and right.
Smart move. So they're making them choose, where do you want to defend? Do you want to defend left? Do you want to defend mid? We got people all over. My guys are fine. You need to choose where you want to defend. We got a fat wave heading in with this Baka, looking like Baset's trying to defend. She needs to be careful. Baka dropping ult on Baset, enough to get her out of here, but not enough to escape the pit. Looking like Rajan might die here too as well. And this Baka is just unscathed. Not scared to dive the backline. He's just being a bully. Blinks in on this Kukulkan and cleans it up. This Baka is out of control. He's looking for the quadra kill here. If I'm not mistaken, that might be a triple or a quadra for him. And ladies and gentlemen, that looks like it might be game right here. What a snowball of a game. Unfortunate. UA Shadow just couldn't get their legs on the ground running, and AG Revenant had a head start. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, Argent Shadow that game saying, you know what, this whole map is mine. And splitting off the Bastet there in that last team fight, that's exactly what he wanted to do. Because the level 20 Baka, of course, is no match, or the level 15 Bastet is no match for the level 20 Baka there. And
Yeah, absolutely not. He made his that Baka made his presence felt since way early game. So let's just look at here. Very unfortunate, only 3 kills on the UA Shadow side. AG Revenant coming in with a monster lead with 23 kills, a 12 piece for the Baka, and only 2 deaths, putting in the work.
yeah, I mean, like I said, when that Baka got first blood, that's the one god you don't want to get super fed. And he ended up doing that, you know, going on the buffs, invading buffs off cooldown, getting the kills where he needed to, and led to objectives. And that's just, they just snowballed the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. He just had made his presence felt in the jungle and took off from there. Couldn't really do much. So look at this player damage and minion damage here. Almost 20,000 player damage alone from the Baka. Very unfortunate. Only person that was close to him, I want to say, was Discordia. And as your mid, these damage numbers are unprecedented compared to each other. Very unfortunate.
Well, the problem is the Raijin and the Cuckoo never got to free cast. They were always running away.
Right.
And so unfortunately, they picked this aggressive Erlong support, and they weren't able to utilize it just because of how the Baka and the Kuzenboha just had pressure over the right side of the jungle.
Absolutely. Not to mention, as soon as you picked off that jungle early game, there wasn't just much they can do after that, if you ask me. It just, especially with the start he did going into his power build instead of boots, causing him to be slower, not being able to gank, not being able to rotate. Just cause and effect here was unfortunate for them.
Oh, I agree completely, and it was a good set. Game one was a little bit closer than game two, but Revenant definitely showed up and played the game that they wanted to play.
Yeah, let's just say AG Revenant went to work and forgot their keys, so they were not going to go home this game, that's for sure. So
For sure.
So thanks to everybody hanging out in chat. Hopefully you guys enjoy the games. We will probably be here next Saturday for sure to cast some more games. Hopefully Cold Bloody's with me. Hopefully we have more casters. And I hope you guys enjoy the games, man.
Yeah, thanks to Cabbages too.
Yeah, shout out to Cabbages, our main man on the camera work, killing the land. That is for sure.
Carrying.
All right, everybody. That's it from us. Everybody have a good one. Enjoy your Saturday. Make sure to wash your hands and wash your ass. And we are out, ladies and gentlemen.